Hello everyone, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends video. My name is DFree. Here today, I'm going to be taking a look at Sun Family. I am going to try to give you guys some very good options. There's actually a lot. Like, when it comes to looking at the Sun Family build, you can dip into hybrids, you can dip into sagas from the movies, you can dip into Super Saiyans. There's a lot of different ways you can fill out your team and your bench. So we're going to cover a lot of this stuff. So hope you guys enjoy. Hit the subscribe if you are new for more content. Be sure to listen through because, like I said, I'm going to try to cover just about everything. I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible. So, that being said, Sun Family. First thing you need to First thing you need to know about Sun Family is prior to these 3 new units coming out, this was probably the most expensive team in the game to build. Why? Because Gohan, post 3-star, which, I mean, imagine getting him to 3-star if you didn't spend money, right? So keep that in mind. Post 3-star does, in fact, pick up Sun Family. Prior to that, it's just hybrids. The key difference with that is that he actually really needs a Goku counterpart to bring out the most of what he can do, right? So other than that, post 5-star, we have Kaioken Goku picking it up. Post 5-star, we have Pan picking it up. Post 5-star, we have Ultimate Gohan picking it up. So you can see the trend here, right? So unless you got lucky, you could be free and get these units, these limit breaks. You just need to get lucky, right? On your dailies or whatever the case is, on your ticket pulls in the case of SS2 Gohan. But most players aren't going to have that. So now, though, they did something really cool. Previously, the only Sun Family card that didn't need a crazy limit break was this one, right? Now these new 3 are all base Sun Family boosters. The Gohan and Go 10 cards actually do pick up Hybrid Saiyans when they get to 3 and 5-star respectively. So keep that in mind. Go 10 is basically the inverse of the SS2 Gohan, also being Legends Limited, so obviously he's going to be a little bit harder to pull. So, like I was mentioning, if you have all 3 of these units, you're in a really good position because regardless of whatever else you have, you can do things like dipping into sagas from the movies. Well, if you have sagas from the movies, which a lot of you guys do have, there's a lot of characters here for that matter. You would ideally want to stick to some of these ones up here that actually can boost sagas from the movies, but you have a lot more options if you have all 3 of these characters because it just meshes really, really well. Personally, my favorite way to run the team is with those 3 on the left, or the right, excuse me, and Cooler, Super Saiyan Broly, and we also do put Cooler on the bench again, and that helps out. You can even put Broly in spots, and he's really good. You can also do double Broly, whatever the case is, right? There's a lot of flexibility here. Now, keep in mind, same deal. Some of these units do need double buffing or 5-star Z abilities to really, really excel. But for a budget option, if you add all 3 of these characters, you can put in Fury Broly. You can put in an older character that's probably 5-star for you, like Pikkon, right? A lot of you guys probably have Pikkon 5-star. Some of you guys even probably have Pan. You can fill in from there. Or otherwise, you can just do those 2 if you're looking for that. And then an EX character if you have something like that. And that makes it really easy to build this team out. Now, that's not to say you'll have the absolute best possible Z abilities at all times, but it's an option, right? Another thing you can do as Sun Family is, again, you can dip into Hybrid Saiyans. I want to point this out. Goku is really good. He's actually really, really good. But he doesn't necessarily need a ton of support. If you can support Goku more, fine. He'll do a lot better for you. But Goku shines before and after he's able to be used, right? So while he's active, he's phenomenal. Key increase, card draw speed, whatever the case is, he's really good. But post going down as well, he makes the allies a lot better. He basically turns Go10, Gohan, and SS2 Gohan into insane units. They're really good. So keep that in mind. Of course, other units can excel off of that Goku, but just those 3 in mind. They get absurdly good when Goku goes down. So, well, I guess this Gohan, not as much. But the other 2, yeah, they get really good. Anyways, that being said, Goku doesn't need a lot of support. So if you wanted to, you can actually just look into a Hybrid Saiyan bench and go from there. If you have all 3 of these units, they're already boosting Sun Family, right? You can just look into Hybrid Saiyans and be good. You can apply characters like Super Trunks. Now, Super Trunks is critical and strike attack. That's really good. The crit chance bonus is cool for everybody, right? Everybody in question. Go10 doesn't really want strike attack as much, but this Gohan does. The blue SS Gohan does actually want the strike attack increase, so that's a really good bench option for him. If you have Gotenks post 5-star, the HP bonus is nice, and if you don't, Kid Gohan works as well for an HP booster. Goten and Trunks post 5-star are amazing. Pre 5-star, they're still really solid options as well. The Trunks and Gohan here, they're okay. Pre 5-star, you can put them on the team. They just won't boost anybody. There's nothing wrong with having units like this on the team that get boosts but don't boost anyone else overall. So keep that in mind. But if you are going to try to run units on the team, on the bench that don't boost anyone else, keep in mind that these Gohan and Goten cards are actually going to need their 3-star and 5-star respective to at least make these hybrid Saiyans that are not Sun family characters viable in battle, right? So keep that in mind. But other than that, you can really dip into a hybrid Saiyan bench and you'd be good. You can do stuff like that. Also, while we're on the subject, you can use some of these characters that are even on Master Pack banners. These two are on Master Pack banners. I know free-to-play people that have these cards at 5-star. You don't necessarily need this guy at 5-star, but you would like Bardock at 5-star for strike, attack, and defense for each of these characters. It's always nice to get a double buffer, so keep in mind that Bardock is an option. Bardock can also be used in spots, right? He's not a Sun family character, unfortunately, because obvious he's not part of the Sun family, because it starts with Son Gohan, the Grandpa Gohan. Anyways, that being said, moving on. You can still use them because they're all Super Saiyans. Bardock works perfectly fine. You would want more Super Saiyan bench support, but you're fine. So let's get into the nitty-gritty when it comes to Sun family specifically, and we'll start kind of cycling in and out some units here. So ideally, your natural, and this is all open for interpretation because people's playstyles is different. I just want to point that out. This is what I would run for Sun family, right? You would go with this, and let's just kind of look at what we have here. So each of these units, by the way, is a viable unit you can use in battle, some more than others. But regardless, let's look at what we have. So Goten, he is applying a 26% blast attack increase to Sun family or hybrid. Now, Goku is doing a double defense bonus. Keep in mind that yellow Goku is only blast defense, I believe, prior to 5-star. That's another thing you have to pay attention to. That's not bad. That doesn't mean don't run him. It's perfectly fine. The Gohan Teen, the SS Gohan, is a strike defense booster. Ultimate Gohan, while being a melee unit, actually boosts blast attack, which is really good. And then you have the other Gohan, who is able to buff blast attack as well. That's SS2 Gohan. And then we come down further, the Goku is strike attack and defense. You don't want to neglect any stat if possible, especially when it comes to this team, because a lot of these units excel at different things and can get various bonuses, right? But what if you don't have Kaioken at 5-star? You need that. What if you don't have this guy at 5-star? Well, if you have the rest of this team, you can just fill in with that EX Kid Gohan, and then you can also fill in with Pan, who's also on a Master Pack banner, the blue Pan. I'm not going to find her. She's on a Master Pack. Some of you guys do also have, I believe she is on Master Pack. Correct me if I'm mistaken. I'm sure a lot of you guys have her at 5-star. You can even dip into, again, some of the other teams and apply units. That'll be fine there. Now, let's kind of cycle this out a little bit. I imagine a lot of you guys probably don't have Goten, but will have Gohan and Goku, just because of the ease of pulling them. Their rate is 4 times higher than Goten's on almost every single step. So keep that in mind. If you don't have him, and let's just say you also don't have the legendary finish SS2 Gohan, how do you finish this team? Well, keep in mind that Gohan is a phenomenal unit individually, but one thing you need to consider is, and this works just fine, but just for future reference, he actually gets a bonus when he's alongside a Goku at the very bottom there. So you do want to at least try to pair him with the Goku. Other than that, I mean, he's incredibly splashable. He's perfectly fine otherwise. You do want to at least try to pair him with Goku. That's perfectly fine here because in this scenario, you do have yellow Goku. But what would you do otherwise? Now, regardless of if he's 5-star or not, I would 100%, if you have him, recommend running Ultimate Gohan because Ultimate Gohan is a phenomenal unit. He gets damage increases by using his green card, also has cover change, cover rescue, and he'll also be absurdly good post Goku going down, and he also does have an ultimate, so he benefits from Goku going down as well because Goku does actually increase Sun family characters' ultimate as well whenever he goes down. That's somewhere down here. So 15% more ultimate damage. Ultimate Gohan is probably the next best Sun family unit you can even consider there. There are debates as to whether or not you would want to run some of these Goku options, but keep that in mind. So that would be basically what I would consider, and then you just fill in, you know, hybrid Saiyan stuff, and you're good. Again, Goku doesn't need much love. He's perfectly fine. Even if this Gohan here is not 5-star, doesn't matter. You're fine. Run it. You're fine. Other than that, if you have Goten or Trunks post 5-star, obviously prioritize them for hybrid bench because they are double buffers, blast attack and defense, and strike attack and defense respectively. So keep that in mind. You just fill in the team from there. If you're looking for more viable Goku options because you want to run your Gohan alongside a Goku but you don't have one, the next best Goku I would consider would be this one. Why? Because anti-regen, purple color is a good color to be, but anti-regen, regen's going to be very common. He pairs well with this Gohan because of their primary strike focus, right? And also the strike cards being held on both of these characters. They pair very well together. and they have nice color coverage as well. So keep that in mind as far as the Goku option is concerned. How do you fill out the rest of that team if that's what you have? If you have future Gohan, I would run him as well because of the bonus. He's basically Goku, the yellow Goku that I've been using, the new one. He's basically the same card. Even if he's not 5-star, it doesn't matter. You don't need every unit to boost every single other character. It's ideal, but you don't need every single character to boost everyone, right? Some characters are good enough to where they transcend that, at least in my opinion. Again, 5-star Pan, always an option. You definitely want to try to run as many Sun Family units. If you're going to cross into a character like this Goku who does not boost Sun Family, you want to run as many as you can. Now, you can go in and put this guy on the bench. He would be probably my last choice because neither of those units really wants Blast Focus. But again, I already said you don't want to neglect stats if possible. So other than that, you fill in as many Hybrid Saiyans as possible, and you just go from there. I think this Goku is one of the best solo units in the game. He doesn't need very much love either. Very, very good. Just keep him alive, and in the onset, the late portions of the fight, he'll be very good for you. So overall, that's basically it. As far as Goku options, these are my just general rankings for Goku, so I'll just kind of throw that out there really quick. You want to focus on that Goku if you have him. If not, you can either go, if you have SS2 Gohan, you want this Goku next. He's your next best Goku, and you basically build out Blast Family. Why? Because Blast cards are absurdly good between this guy, and also this guy. I've done a video on it. This is your next best Goku. If not, if you don't have SS2 Gohan, I would actually slot SS3 Goku right there, right? And also, if you have SS2 Gohan, but you don't have GT Goku, this becomes your next best Goku if you're looking for a Goku option specifically. If you don't have any of these characters, I would probably say this is your next best Goku. So that's it kind of tapers off, right? And I actually have been really neglecting Kaioken. And the only issue with Kaioken is he's good. I don't even see him. Where's he at? He's down here somewhere. He's not as good as he once was. That's the only issue with Kaioken. You can slot him wherever you want. I don't think he's better than the top 3 Gokus at all. He's not as good as he once was, but he's still really good. It's just prior to 5-star, he's not so great. If we take a look at him, he's best used prior to 5-star alongside the Gohan because at least Gohan can utilize the double buffing for blue. Strike attack and defense just for Gohan and him is fine, right? They can effectively be on a mono blue team together and work just fine in that scenario. So I haven't forgot him. He's here. He's an option. Keep that in mind. What I would consider not doing, though, is dipping into characters like this. You don't want as many characters that, while they're Sun Family, don't even boost the rest of the team, right? You want to avoid, like, Pan. If she's not 5-star, don't run her because she's just going to be boosting herself and then stealing all the buffs from everyone else, and you're probably not even going to use her that much. So there you go. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope I covered just enough for you guys. Like I said, you can dip into sagas from the movies. This is my personal favorite way to run the team. Top 3, the Goku, Gohan, and Goten, alongside Broly, Cooler, and Cooler. You can even run, instead of this Cooler, Kaioken post 5-star. The reason why I run this Cooler is because Broly becomes a spot option. He's a lot better in that scenario. Pikkon, is really good as a bench option too. Again, you can even go with some hybrid supports and then fill in the Bardock or Super Vegeta in one of those spots as well. You can go literally 1 or 2 hybrid supports with the top 3, the new 3, and then fill in one of these units in that last spot as well. There's a lot of flexibility. That's the point. There's a lot of flexibility. So anyways, have an awesome day, and I'll catch all of you in the next one.